Welcome to my kitchen and happy Sunday, everybody. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be another great live recipe demo. This is a place where you can ask your questions concerning the Instant Pot and air fryer, and I'm happy to answer them. I want you at home to be using these small appliances and loving them just like I do. So welcome. I am currently live on Facebook, and I believe I'm live on YouTube. We're going to check our technology here really quick before we get started. But as you join in, please say hello. Let me know you're here, all the good stuff. And let's check on that technology really fast. Okay, I've got the thumbs up that YouTube is going, which is fantastic. So we like that. Let me check. Hey, Susan. Sounds good. That's what I just heard. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Okay, we have got people on. That is fantastic. Hello, Susan. Hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I love this. This is fantastic. Okay, let me go back to my thing here. We're good. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Amy. Amy is the admin from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. We want to welcome her and her admins, her moderators over there, and welcome any of you who have hopped on and joined us from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners Facebook group. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you'll consider following me. I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. And again, we are live both on YouTube as well as Facebook. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now. Give it some love. If you have shared it onto your Facebook page or into a group, big hugs from me to you. I sure appreciate it. It really does help me, believe it or not, in small and simple ways. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to leave a comment, say hello. If you have questions, leave those questions too. I try to circle back around and answer those. But for those of you who are live, we like to answer questions when they come in and all the fun stuff. So we're gonna do two recipes today. We're going to do the Instant Pot baked potato as well as air fryer steak bites. So we're gonna drop the link for the Instant Pot baked potato because that's where we're gonna start. And I'm gonna jump in here because that one takes a little bit longer and I wanna get it going so that we're not spending our entire Sunday hanging out here, right? Now, with this, you will want a trivet, and we're going to add about a cup of water to the bottom. I will go ahead and turn our top-down camera on so you can see exactly what I'm doing. There it is. You can see the water is already in there. I have got two medium-sized potatoes. They are not overly thick, okay? But these are good-sized potatoes, right? And we're going to put them right in here. Now, you can put some olive oil. You can season and salt them up. If you want a more crispy skin, I like to do that kind of at the end and then throw it in the broiler or use a crisp lid or an air fryer to toast those up. So right now we've washed these and I have poked them with a fork and we're just gonna get these started. Now because of their size, I'm gonna cook these today for about 18 minutes, I think. In the recipe post, the link that has been dropped in the comments, I have added in there how to best determine how long to cook your potatoes depending upon the size of the potato, all right? Because it does make a difference. Not all potatoes are created equally. Here in Idaho, we grow spuds, we grow potatoes, and some of our potatoes are the size that you just saw there, and some of them are little tiny, and some of them are the size of footballs. I kid you not. And so it makes a huge difference. You just heard the beep from the Instant Pot, from the pressure cooker, whatever brand you're using. And the beep tells us that it has accepted our readings, and it will start pressuring up so that thin liquid or the water that we just put in there, it's going to start heating up. And as that comes to a boil, it will create steam, and steam will create pressure, and the pressure will seal off the back of the pressure valve, which is really important. That is what's going to be cooking our baked potato. Now, I haven't read comments yet, but I can see them scrolling by. let me address a few questions with Instant Pot baked potatoes, because some people say, well, why not bake them in the oven? Well, baking a potato in the oven can take an hour, which is a long time. And this time of year where I live, it's snowing today and it's cold, and so I don't mind heating my oven up for an hour. But in the summertime, you can bet I'm not going to do that. That's why the Instant Pot is so wonderful. You can also cook baked potatoes in an air fryer as well, which is also a lot of fun too. But this is just one way, and the potatoes come out so fluffy and so moist. They're not soggy, but they're fluffy, and they're really, really, really good. So we're gonna do that baked potato today and get this going. All right, the next recipe that we're gonna do steak bites. Now, steak bites are a favorite here in my home. I love them because I don't have to go out on the grill outside, but I can still get some of that nice taste from the air fryer. So today we're gonna make a honey lime steak bite. Now, you saw me about 6 months ago, I did a balsamic honey steak bite, which are also fantastic. We're gonna drop the links for both. The difference in them is really the marinade. And so there's lots of marinades that you can do. There's lots of cuts of meats that you can use. And the great news is you at home get to choose what's best for you. If you wanna use a sirloin steak, use sirloin steak. If you wanna use a rump roast and cut up a rump roast, do that. If you want a tri-tip, use tri-tip. If you want a beautiful filet, use a filet steak. You choose, okay? All right, we're gonna go and answer some questions and say hi to everybody and all of the good stuff going on here today. Lots of hellos. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Sally. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Peggy. Phyllis says she loves the potatoes done in the Instant Pot. Okay, Peggy is saying the links don't work on mobile, unfortunately. Okay, we just tested the links here, and the links are working on mobile here. So that's really interesting that they're not working for you. I'm gonna pull up my, I'm gonna pull it up for me and see what I can get, because we like to troubleshoot this and solve it. Okay, we gotta turn the volume off because we're a little behind. You guys know how that works, right? All right, it opened just right for me too. So I'm curious. Yep, Peggy, it may just be yours because the link just opened up for me right here. So I don't know what to say. Maybe go out, shut your Facebook down and come back in, try something like that. Hi, Betty, how are you? Susan says mine worked for all the links. Okay, perfect, perfect. Because we're going to be dropping links in the comments so that you can always find the recipe. If you're on desktop, open a separate tab so you can follow along. That's super helpful. And if you're on your mobile, which I know many of you are, because that is the most popular, promise me that later today you will go to my website and look at these recipes. The simplicity of going to a blogger's website makes all the difference, okay? Go and stay on my site, go to different recipes, look around. It really does help me. And that is something small and simple that you can do at home to help support me as a small business and as a food blogger. So thank you, thank you. All right, we're going to make honey lime steak bites. Now these steak bites have a little bit of chili sauce in them. They have lime juice, they have honey, some garlic powder, some lime zest, salt and pepper, and I like to add a little bit of olive oil. Traditionally, I make these on the stove where I marinate up the steak and I will cook them in a little bit of olive oil. But I want to show you how easy it is to make in your air fryer, because air fryers are just fun and it's always great to learn different ways to make recipes, okay? So we're gonna start, let's go top down so you can see what I'm doing here today. We've got, let's see here. I heated my honey up, but it's been a few minutes now, so it is kind of not as hot as it once was. You know I like to heat my honey up. Do you know why? I heat my honey up because it helps to mix in with other ingredients, because honey is so thick when it mixes with other ingredients, and it's so thick it's hard to dissolve into it. And so I like to heat it up. Now I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons of lime juice, and you can use fresh or you can use bottled. Obviously, fresh is ideal. This is going to be almost cold. Okay. And then we're going to add to it, I've got honey streaming, some chili sauce. We're going to mix this up. Now my honey has gotten way cold. I apologize. Almost too cold. Yeah, it's not going to blend really well at all. Let me get, see how that's all thick? Do you see that? I'm going to pass this off, and we're going to pop this in the microwave for 30 seconds. So when honey gets cold like this is just what happens. Now I've made it like, it's like candy is what it's doing. Okay, we're going to pass this off. Okay, while our honey is heating up, do yourself a favor. Make sure to heat that honey up, because when it mixes with the ingredients and it's cold like it is here in eastern Idaho, it's gonna get too cold to mix together, and that's exactly what happened here. So we're getting that popped in the microwave, and we'll have it back in just a moment. It only takes literally 30 seconds or less, almost even sometimes 15 seconds. But it just helps to thin out that honey. We're then going to add to it some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, and I'm going to put some lime zest in it. Now the lime zest is wonderful. If you've ever used lemon zest, then you know that the zest of a citrus adds so much great flavor, right? So it's such an easy marinade to kind of throw together, and it'll be wonderful. Will you grab me a new spoon too, please? All right, it's almost ready. Oh, perfect. This is wonderful. Oh, I don't have my top-down camera on anymore. Let's go back. There we go. So we'll add to it some garlic powder, and we're gonna add some salt and pepper. Okay, I always say salt and pepper to taste. Now, because it's a marinade, when you're cooking steak bites on the stovetop, you're going to be cooking the steak in some olive oil. But because we're not using the stovetop, I do like to add a little bit of olive oil to the marinade for the steak. So I add like 1 or 2 tablespoons right into that marinade. And that's as simple as this marinade is. Okay? Super, super simple. Now we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to pull out some steak. Oh, you know what? We didn't do this. Hold on. We got to do the zest. Let's do that really quick. Now, when you zest citrus, you're only doing the outer layer, okay? You don't want that white underneath. You just want that top layer. It's always fun just to let the kids go to town and do this, but you'll end up with that bitter underlayer that isn't what you want. You just want that nice top. Limes are small enough, at least the ones that we get here, that I do use an entire lime. Trying to look at my screen over there for comments. Is everybody ready for Christmas? While I'm working on this, will you drop the link for Christmas cookies? So has anybody started their holiday baking? The link we're gonna drop is to all of my holiday Christmas cookie recipes. If you're following along over on Best Cookie Recipes, which is my sister site, right? It's my other website. You'll know that I'm doing the 12 plus days of Christmas. And so every day, a brand new Christmas cookie recipe is coming out for you to enjoy. So hop on over and take a look at all of those fun recipes. All right, we're just gonna stir that zest in, and then we will set this aside. All right. I'm gonna put on gloves while I cut the meat. Now, like I said, with your cut of meat, you can use a sirloin steak. You can use any type of steak that is your preference. You could use a roast that you cube up, but I would recommend like cutting off any of the excess fat. And we are just going to, how should we do this? We'll do this. So I like to cut it kind of in almost 1-inch pieces. And then we're gonna cube each of those up. Now what I like to do is I like smaller pieces, but you could do them this size. So you can see you could do it this size, or you can do them smaller. Okay? It really doesn't matter. It will make a difference on when you are cutting or cooking it for how done you would like your steak. So as you can see, I am cutting each strip in half the long way. So you see, I'm just cutting it in half. And then I'm just dicing it up or cubing it up. So these are individual bite-sized pieces. And that's what I love about steak bites. Because it's an individual bite, it just makes it so easy for serving, especially if you've got kids. You can do smaller pieces so that they can just grab it with their fork and pop it in their mouth. You don't need knives at the dinner table when you're doing it like this. I find that the meat all gets marinated so nicely because the steak pieces are just small enough, which is really kind of nice. Almost done here. And if you're following along at home, I hope you're right along with me too. There we go. Now we have added salt and pepper already to the marinade. But if you want to salt and pepper and season your meat in any additional way, feel free to do that right now. We are gonna take that one off. Okay, I'm gonna add this right to the marinade. So this meat, for reference, is about 1 pound. You can see that this is gonna be plenty of steak for the 3 of us that are here. I even find that this amount of marinade is good up to about 2 pounds. If you're doing more than 2 pounds, I do recommend maybe doubling the marinade. We're just gonna stir this up. Okay, it smells so good. With the honey and the lime, oh, it smells good. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna bring this up close to the camera so you can really see it. It's covered, it's marinating, it's doing all of the things. There you go. If you're watching at home. Now, the marinade. You want to let it marinate a minimum of 30 minutes. However, I prefer to let it marinate 2, 3, even 4 hours, because the longer it marinates, the more tender, the more flavorful it becomes. But in my busy world, it's not always an option. So if you only have 30 minutes, that's still wonderful. I promise. These are excellent. We're going to let these kind of sit for just a minute, and I'm going to answer questions because we've got our potatoes going. Our potatoes have about 10 minutes of cooking time left, but we're also going to allow about a 10-minute natural pressure release. Now on our steak bites, they're going to cook at 400 degrees, and we're going to cook them about 4 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to toss them and let them cook for an additional 4, maybe 5 minutes. However, if you like your steak like a medium rare, then you want to cook it less time. So you'll want to do it like 3 minutes, shake the basket, and then maybe another 3 minutes, okay? It depends on how you like your steak cooked. But the shaking the process is always a good deal. The other thing that I like to do is I like to use a piece of parchment paper in my air fryer. So this is specific to my air fryer, which is a Cosori. You'll notice that it has holes in it. The holes for the parchment paper are really vital because let's think about this. In your air fryer basket, the way an air fryer works is the air circulates from the bottom and it comes up through the basket and circulates around. If you're using a parchment paper that is solid, there's no way for that air to get up and through to cook your food. And so having holes in your parchment paper really do make a whole lot of sense. So I buy these on Amazon. We're going to drop a link so that you can see what it is I'm buying. They're like $7 for about 100, which really lasts quite a long time, I find. So when we do cook, we will cook at 400 degrees. We're going to cook these for, probably we'll do 4 minutes on one side and then we'll flip them and then we'll do them for like 3 minutes on the other side. But we're not going to get these started until our potatoes are done cooking and in the natural release stage, because I want hot potatoes and I want hot steak all at the same time. Okay, how do you guys like your potatoes? When you eat potatoes, how do you like them? I want to hear in the comments. What do you like to put on your potatoes? Because I didn't plan and I didn't get anything for my potato out. Oh, you guys want to laugh with me? I'm going to tell you some secrets. It never fails. Every single week I'm asked, okay, what help do you need when you go live? And I usually almost 100% of the time say, oh, I'm good. I don't need anything. It's all good. And so for the potatoes, what do you guys like on potatoes? Do you like butter? Do you like sour cream? Do you like cheese? What do you like? Because we're going to dress up this potato however you like. Maybe you like ranch dressing. I know here in Idaho and Utah, people love ranch and they use it on everything. I'm not so much a ranch person. I like it on a salad. So maybe a little butter and a little sour cream, maybe a little cheese would be fun. That would be fun. Let's see, I haven't seen, oh, there's some comments. Sally says, I love my Cosori. Michelle says, butter, bacon, and chives. Ooh, chives would be way good. Butter and sour cream, butter and sour cream. Trova says, I'm late, but I'm here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Peggy's question. Peggy says, what kind of steak was I cutting up today? This is actually a piece of tri-tip. So it was a tri-tip roast that I had already pre-cut and used a portion of the tri-tip. Michelle asked that same question. What cut of meat are you using? So the type of meat, honestly, use what you like or what you have. I'm a big advocate of using what's in your freezer or in your refrigerator and not running out to the store and buying something different, okay? If you like sirloin steaks, use sirloin steaks and cube those up. If there's a roast that you love, whether it's a sirloin roast or a butt roast or even a tri-tip, use that. Now, I'll tell you, if you ever try a flank steak, This recipe is wonderful with a flank steak as well. But my family, we love flank steak because it is so tender, and anytime it's marinated, it just melts in your mouth. A filet steak is my personal favorite. Anytime we go out and order, you can just about bet that I've ordered a filet. But truly, order or purchase the type of steak that your family enjoys and use this marinade, okay? That's super important. Peggy says, I have some ribeye in the freezer. I'll have to try this. Yes, use ribeye. I like to cut off any of the marbled fat from the outside so that I don't have those big pieces. But of course, with a tri-tip, you know that there's lots of nice, beautiful marbling all throughout, which gives extra flavor and all of that kind of good stuff. So, oh, we're not top down anymore. You can't see. So I am stirring this a little bit as we marinate this up. One of the ways I like to marinate is I put it in a Ziploc bag. And the reason I put it in a Ziploc bag, I'll show you right here, I've had marinating since this morning, is because then periodically I can go to my fridge and I can grab the bag and I can just go like this. And it tosses it around and it makes sure it's all covered. And then I lay it flat again and I throw it back in the fridge. So that it can marinate. And so that's what I did earlier is I cut up some of this steak for us for later. Okay, so most of you, butter, sour cream, green onion. We don't have green onion today. Cheese, bacon, so that's wonderful. My husband has got me out some butter, some sour cream, and some cheese. So our potatoes, when they're done cooking, we will do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start preheating the air fryer. The air fryer we're going to use at 400 degrees. I like to preheat. When you preheat, do not put this in because this will blow and it will catch fire actually. So when you preheat, don't use that, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set the air fryer to 400 degrees and we're gonna preheat this. We're gonna start this for 4 minutes. So it can get nice and warm inside. Then I'm going to put that parchment paper liner and we're going to add the steak to it. This is really a quick and simple, easy meal. Okay, Shar is asking the questions. I want to know if anyone eats the skins like I do. Now, I live in Idaho and we are the potato state. And people here love their potatoes. Now, I wasn't born in Idaho and I grew up on rice and pasta. So I love my potatoes, but I don't love potato skin. My husband eats potato skin. I think my boys are kind of half and half if they'll eat the skin or not. But it's those of you who love the skin, you have to season it, right? So the potatoes that I put in the Instant Pot, I just washed them and I poked them and I threw them in. But if you want good seasoned skins, when these are done, rub in some olive oil and sprinkle with some sea salt. Okay, even some good herb seasoning is wonderful. And you want to pop those under your broiler to kind of crisp up those skins. It's delicious, all right? It's a fun way to season your skin so that you can enjoy those. Michelle says, nope, I don't eat the skins. Susan says, I absolutely love the skins. Peggy says, I put oil and salt on the skin. Michelle says, me, I do. Phyllis says, I do. That's great. So we got a good mix of those of you doing that. All right. The Instant Pot is almost done cooking. The air fryer is heating up. If you've just joined us, we're making 2 recipes. We're going to drop those links again for the Instant Pot baked potatoes, which is a wonderful quick way to make baked potatoes in a fraction of the time. You can, of course, make baked potatoes in your microwave. I'm sure you've all done it, and it works great. So what's the difference? Some people say not a lot, some people say a lot. I think they're fluffier in the Instant Pot than they ever come out in the microwave. And I feel like in the microwave, they tend to get kind of shrivelly. So I prefer them either in the air fryer or in the Instant Pot. And it could come down to personal preference. In our air fryer, we're just about ready to start cooking steak bites. Today we are doing a honey lime steak bite, and we'll get that link dropped. Another great recipe on my site is for the balsamic honey steak bites, which are wonderful as well. So we'll drop both of those links. It cooks up the same way. Both marinades are super simple to throw together, and you can choose. And here's a tip. You can do both. Cut your steak, separate it, and do 2 batches. It's really fun. And then people get to taste and try different things. It's really fun. So those are the 2 recipes we're doing. We're also gonna drop really fast because I'm gonna use it and I'll forget to mention it, but I'm gonna be dropping the link to purchase the ThermaWorks ThermoPen 1. So this is their digital thermometer to test meats or temperatures. It reads in like 1 point something seconds. I have owned many, many, many digital thermometers, and I'll tell you what, I love this. This is a great gift. You still can get this in time for Christmas, and we will drop the link for a ThermaPen as well. They have many other products that I use. You see me using them. I've used this company now for 4 years. Love it. Absolutely love it. So we'll drop that link too. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get some tongs out and we're gonna open this up. But we're gonna go top down so you guys can all see what we got going on here. All right, first we're gonna put that in. That might be too much in this basket. No, we'll be okay. So you notice what I'm trying to do here is kind of separate it out, because I really want these to be cooked individually. And that's why I say you don't want to put too many steak bites in here. I'm going to actually pull out some. Give myself a little more room to separate up. Now I know I'm letting out all of my heat and all of my air, so you want to do this as quickly as you can. And we're going to set this for 4 minutes, and then we'll shake it up and go to the next. So we'll put that right there. Susan says, I just got to use my ThermaPen and she loves it. That's fantastic. Wonderful. These are great gifts. We actually have given these to my boys, my older boys, which, you know, when they're used to products here in the home and then they move out and leave, they like them. And so it's been a great gift. They store up nice and they've worked really well. This is a silicone hot pad that's also a ThermaWorks that I love because you can use it to take things out of the oven as well. And if I happen to have any, oh, I do. They're little spatulas, and they're big spatulas. You see me using these all the time. So they're heat resistant, they're silicone, you can cook on the stove with them, all the different things. And they work great for scraping bowls and all the fun stuff that way. Okay, so our potatoes are in a natural pressure release. I'm jumping back to the potatoes. On the link for the potatoes, it goes into detail about what size potato for how long, because potatoes come in all different sizes, and smaller potatoes are going to cook faster than larger potatoes. So my word of caution is when you're choosing the potatoes that you're cooking, cook similar size and thicknesses, because that will make the most uniform pressure cooking experience. All right, we're gonna let this natural pressure release while our steak bites are cooking. We're gonna toss our steak bites, we're gonna open everything up, and dinner is going to be served all at once in about 40 minutes from me standing here. That's pretty good, right? Now let me help you with one step further. Because you at home are not going to be live on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time while you're making dinner. So once you get these ingredients going and done, you have time to set the kitchen table. You have time to clean the dishes that you just used in making the marinade or whatever it may be. You have time to start a load of laundry or switch a load of laundry, or you have time to pick up the backpacks and the shoes from the children when they got home from school. All of those can be done in a fraction of the time while you're waiting for dinner to cook in these two great appliances. I'm telling you, do yourself a favor and set yourself a timer and run around and do that, because after dinner, when you are tired too, you can put your feet up and know that the living room's been picked up, that the load of wash is going, that the dishes in the sink are already loaded, and you are super parent. I got you. I got you. It's one of my biggest pet peeves and that I've struggled with as a mom. And I've always been a working mom. And the kids come home and their backpacks and their coats and their homework papers and their shoes are everywhere. And the laundry's not done and there's dishes, and it's exhausting and overwhelming. But if you'll take just those few minutes while this is doing your magic, you can rest too. All right, what other questions do we have? Oh, Catherine is asking, so my air fryer has a second rack. So could I fill both of the racks of the bites at the same time? Yes. So if yours is like a rack system, like an oven, yes. But don't cram those layers so thick the air can't get through them. That's what's important. All right? Because you've got to have that air circulating on all sides of the steak to really get that cooked. Otherwise, if it's globbed together, the outside of the glob will get cooked, but not the center. All right? All right, we're halfway through the cooking process. Let's go top down so you can see these. You guys see those okay? Trying to get some good light in there. Oh, they smell so good. So good. So I'm just kind of shaking those up. Oh, my heavens. Now, I'm going to test for temperature just because I want you to see at home what we've got. So they're about 125, 126. That one's a little warmer, almost 140. That's 140. So for some of you, those might be the temperature that you like. I'm going to put these back in. And we're going to go for, we're going to do 3 minutes. We're going to let that go. Our natural pressure release is now at 8 minutes. So we're going to let that do its magic. We're going to drop one more link in here. And I'm going to touch again on the Clean Simple Eats protein. We're going to drop the link for that. I do have a coupon code. The coupon code is Devour Dinner, one word, all caps. So many of you have bought product. And I posted earlier this week a video of my unboxing from Black Friday and asked you to post your photos of what you got. I am super excited for you. Let me tell you, I don't plug a lot of products. Only ones like ThermoWorks that I have used for years. And the protein powder from Clean Simple Eats, I have been doing every day since January. It has helped me to lose weight, and more importantly, it's helped me to feel better, which for me is a win right there. In January, I kind of want to get a group of those of you who have purchased the protein so that we can chat and I can tell you my experience and go into more details that way, which is why you're hearing me talk about it more. So if you've bought the protein, if you've tried the protein, all of the different things, I want to create a little group for us like I did a few years ago with our 21-day challenge of trying to get healthy in the new year. So if you're interested in that, put some comments that you're interested so I can hear that feedback and I can know what I can best do to help you and your pressure points that way. But again, that code link is Devour Dinner, one word, all caps. And that'll get you an additional 10% off their website, site-wide, for their protein, for their collagen, for their greens, for their nut butters, all of the things. So that's kind of fun. How are we doing here? You guys are pretty quiet today. Again, I want to welcome the Instapot 101 for Beginners group. Amy is the admin over there, and her team of moderators are on here, and I can't list them all because I would forget somebody and then I would feel bad. And they come and support me every week. And so a big shout out, a big thank you to the Instapot 101 for Beginners group. If you've come over from that group, please consider following me at Devour Dinner on Facebook as well as on YouTube. I sure appreciate it. This is a safe place to ask your question. No question is silly, and I love to answer questions in real time to help you at home. So invite your friends, come back week after week, all of the good things like that, because it's just a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Lisa says, I'm here a couple of minutes late, but I'm here. Lisa is one of the moderators. Lisa, you're fantastic. Truly fantastic. Okay. Our steak over here is done. I'm gonna leave it locked up inside because we are now at the point where we can open the Instant Pot and release the pressure and pull out some potatoes as well. To open the pressure valve, if any of you at home are afraid, get yourself a spatula and open the pressure valve so your fingers stay further away. If you're accustomed to it, you can use your fingers, but make sure your hands are not on the top, they're on the side and around it. Move your pressure cooker, your Instant Pot away from your cabinets, away from any overhead lights that might hang down, because that steam is going to get all over them and it will ruin your cabinets over time. So I'm gonna push this off because I've got cameras and lights all over the place. We're gonna open that up and that pressure is going to continue to release. When we open that up, we're gonna pull out that baked potato and we're gonna get a plate going here. Let's grab our butter, sour cream, and cheese. Let me grab it. Okay. Let's get top down good and ready for everybody so we can see what we're doing, because that's important. We're gonna get out a fork. And let's open this up. Now remember, on your lid of your Instant Pot, this little notch will fit right in your handles. The cool thing about that is any of the condensation from the inside drops down and will catch in your little compartment in the back if you have one of those, which makes it so simple because you don't want to just set that on your counter. Put it in your handles. That's what it's made for. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna go for this potato. I do have one. Look, I have another set of tongs. Because you cannot pick these up with your hands, that's for certain. That would be too hot. All right, we're just going to slice into this. I like to pinch the edges so that it pops open. And then I like to cheat a little bit, and I just like to kind of slice with a butter knife. And then I'm just gonna fluff it with a fork. There we go. Look at this. Do you see how this just falls apart? You see that? Okay. I cut too much, but that's how I like my potatoes. So we're gonna add to it some butter right there in the middle. We're gonna add some sour cream. I like sour cream. I like lots of sour cream. And then we'll sprinkle it with some cheese. We're just gonna let that sit for a minute so that all of that can just kind of melt into itself and do its little thing that way. And then, here we go. Now, for temperature, our steak is just caramelizing around the edges. This is quite warm. It's about 155, yep, 160. We're gonna use these tongs that have only been on the potatoes, and I'm gonna pull out some of this steak. Just line it right up. We're gonna load this up so you can have a good view of this at home. Off camera, I have my boys who are anxiously awaiting diving in, and I don't blame them because this is the best part, right? Let's grab a towel for underneath, give it some contrast so you can see that better. Should we come up close and personal? There we go. See those steak bites? Are those focusing in? Yeah, those are. Beautiful dinner here. You can add some vegetables, you can add some salad, you can add whatever it is you like, but make this dinner. It is so, so simple. Now, I'm gonna dive in and take a bite. And I'm going for some steak. I'm in love. This is fantastic. So the chili sauce in this gives it a little bit of pizzazz, but it's not spicy. If you're familiar with chili sauce, there's no heat, but it has a little bit of spice. So it's wonderful when balanced with the lime, and then you get that hint from the honey. So all combined, it's a whole party in your mouth. And of course, once we mix in that butter to our potato, this potato is hot, and we take a bite. Dinner is served. Listen, please make this. And when you do, please leave a comment on the recipe. Let me know you tried it. Let me know what you thought of it. Let others know what you thought of it. It's such a simple thing to do for any blogger, and it does make a difference once again. So if you've made any of my recipes this last week, please hop back over to my website, go to those recipes and leave a comment. Leave a star ranking so that others know it's a great recipe too. Means the world to me all the way around. All right, any other questions? Let's see. Oh, I did miss a few. Everyone's, oh, yummy, yum, yum, yum. Salt and pepper. Oh yeah, we do have to add a little bit of pepper. There we go. I don't add a lot of salt because I've had high blood pressure most of my life. Michelle says that's not enough butter. I know, Michelle, but look, that's all I was given. My husband's laughing off camera. You guys, I love it when you call it out. It's hilarious. Amy says, I love Instant Pot baked potatoes. They're so good. You guys are fantastic. Once again, this has been a fantastic Facebook Live and live streamed on YouTube. We are currently live, but if you're watching this on the replay, please leave your comments and questions. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please do, and please give it a heart. If you've shared it, big hugs from me to you. You guys know all the things. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here week after week after week. Thank you for those of you who donate stars. If you're not familiar with stars are, you can see those right by the thumbs up. There's a little gold star, and if you click on those, you can send me stars. Those stars help to pay for the food that I use, the ingredients that I use to do these live recipe demos, and I sure appreciate it. It's like a tip jar. So thank you for that as well. I will be live next week. I might do cookies. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I know it's a total like off the topic. If you're interested in cookies or something else live, put it in the comments, let me know, because really I'm here for you, and I want to do things that help you at home to make your life easier, especially during this holiday season when you're so busy with activities and parties and school events and all of the things. But the most important is slowing down and taking some time, and remember to have a little grace and to be kind for yourself. You are doing amazing things for your friends, for your family, and recognize all that you do because you are special too. Okay, I'm gonna go eat dinner while it's hot here. You have a fabulous Sunday. All the love, all the things. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.